Hello Darts Nutz, I'm going to do a review of a set of soft tip darts here. I got these from a guy in South Korea called Darwin Talbot. He's actually a member of the forum, although he hasn't been on the forum that much lately. But he plays, I think he's originally from the USA, but he plays for a team in Korea called the Ambassador Flight Crew, and they decided to get their own darts made, and they had 100 sets made, and this is the result. Come in this little nice round tin. I do like the logo what they have as well. It's a well made logo, and it's barrels only. As you can see, it's fitted into a foam insert inside the barrel. That's just for protection. There's nothing else inside there, just foam. And each barrel is numbered. This is number 81. It's got the number etched on the top there, and these will be selling for 110,000 South Korean won, which is about £64. You'll have to get in touch with the guys themselves, because I don't think they have any shop to sell them from, but I'll put in the information where you can get in touch with them. But they're a 90% tungsten dart, and thankfully he sent me 3 sets, so I'll be able to give a couple of sets away in a competition on the forum, so you'll have to look out for that. So let's have a close look at the barrels. Okay then, here's the close look, and I've fitted some lip points on, and my own medium nylon stems and standard flights, just so it's easier for me to hold it. It's a very nicely designed dart actually. This grip on the rear, they're calling it an accordion grip. As you can see, like the musical instrument, it has like what appear to be like falls, but it's got very nice little splits on there, so you get a very nice feeling grip there. Not too aggressive, but still plenty of grip to grab onto. But as you know, I'm a front gripper, but it seems to be that a lot of the soft tip darts are made for rear grip, but the good thing is that they tend to be only short, so it's not always a major problem being a front gripper. I can quite often grip around the middle and be fine, and sometimes I can even throw them okay from the rear. But they've come out with a very nice design here. It's got the name there, Ambassador, on there, but I think they're calling the barrels the Pilot, and it's got their team logo on etched on as well, so it's a very nice quality dart. And then you can see at the top it says 81 out of 100, only 100 sets made. The one thing I did notice, just as I was putting the tip on, it's drilled out quite a lot at the front, so the balance is probably going to be around here, but we'll check that out later. So it should be perfect for a rear grip. It's got a very nice comfortable feel, that grip though. Like I say, it's not too aggressive, so it's a very uniform grip, so you should be able to locate your grip position easy, and it should release nice and easy as well. But I think they've made a very nice looking dart, that. So I'll just let you look at the dart for a bit, then I'll put the detailed picture up with all the measurements. I'll see if I can get as close as possible. Okay, here's the detailed picture. The darts have quite a long tapered front section. It starts off with a small section of about 4.8 millimeters, and then you've got a kind of a V-shaped groove, And then you've got another smooth section with the ambassador name on, and then another V-shaped groove. Including the grooves, that's 11.8mm wide, and then you've got a section where it slopes into another quite deep groove which is about 1.8mm wide, and then you've got a section that slopes out again with the AFC logo, that's 4.5mm wide, and then the main section on the rear with the accordion style grip is 15.8mm wide, including the grooves either end, and then there's a slight slope towards the end of the barrel which is 3.4mm wide. Overall length is 41.93mm and the width is 7.6mm. Alright, I'll just take a few measurements along the length of the barrel and across its width. The barrel length is 41.93mm. It's hard to say which is the widest point. I'll just measure that bit there. That says 7.55. I'll just reset this to make sure it's right. About 7.576, and that bit there 7.4, so I think that little bit there is the widest part. I'll just measure the one in front of that. So 7.6 then is the widest, and it tapers right down to the front of 5.97 and gradually widens up to there. Then that section there is the widest, and then let's just take a measurement of each of these just to see. That's 7.24, and then it gradually tapers again towards the rear, 6.92, and then I'll just measure that bit there first, 6.5, and then right at the very end of the barrel, 5.96. I'll weigh the barrels then, see how they compare. That one is 17.07 grams, and that one 17.03, and 17.06, so pretty closely matched there. And just for the sake of experimenting on the full setup, you might have a different setup to me, but this is medium stems, standard flights, and a lip point. The total weight of that would be 19.31 grams. Alright, I'll see if I can find the balance point. I'm just going to test it first without a point attached, just to get an idea. So it could be a little bit awkward because of the shape of the cut, but I'd say it's probably just slightly to the right of centre, and with the lip point attached. I know this isn't the setup that you get with it, but just to show you what it's possibly like with your own setup. I think the shape is kind of affecting it a little bit there because it hangs over the edge, but with the soft tip on, it's probably a little bit towards the front, and then with my medium stems and standard flights and the soft tip points, it's moved exactly to where the rear grip is. So grip's in the right spot there for the balance with a medium stem. So that's the detailed look at the AFC Pilot darts. I think they've done a really nice design, like I said before. So I just need to find out how they fly now. So let's give them a throw and see how they go. I'm just holding the dart on the front with my natural front grip. That's just how I normally try every dart really. I know this is more geared up for a rear grip, but it isn't too bad actually with my front grip. The only thing that I think I struggle with mostly with soft tip darts, especially ones which are light, around about 17 gram, is because I'm tending to practice with my steel tips most of the time. When I switch to a light soft tip, sometimes I don't feel as if I'm getting enough force into the throw, and although the darts are flying quite flat, they feel as if they're dipping just before they're reaching the board, and also because they're thrown from a little bit further as well. So sometimes it takes me a little while just to get into the swing of throwing the lighter dart again, but I'm quite impressed with that so far. It was pretty close to where I was aiming. I know it wasn't perfect, but I think with a little bit more force it would have been spot on, and as it's not really geared up for a front gripper, it was flying quite well. So I'll just have a couple more from there and then I'll try another grip placement. I'll just try it from that middle section now. It's quite chunky there. It doesn't feel uncomfortable or anything. It actually does feel quite comfortable because I'm kind of in a little bit of a scallop there, so I've got a kind of a ledge to push against, and it doesn't really feel too far away from my front grip. It's usually the good thing with the shorter barrels is I can normally get away with the middle grip okay, because with it being short, it's not too far from where I normally grip it anyway, but that feels quite comfortable actually, gripping it there, so we'll see how that goes. A little bit off target, but I think the dart was getting a little bit more velocity, probably because I've got that little ledge to push against, whereas on the front I'm on a slope, so, and there's not a lot of grip there, but there I felt as if the dart was flying a little bit harder, so may get better at it the more I practice it. Take a little bit of extra practice, I think. I think it definitely works better there, just with that little bit more grip, I'll have one more go from there. Yeah, it was a little bit better there. Just got a bit more speed to the dart, so I think I was reaching the board a little bit better. Whereas before, I don't think I was getting as much velocity, but I tend to be dipping a little bit. But like I said, sometimes it takes me a while to get used to throwing the lighter dart again after playing with the steel tips as much as I do. But I'm quite comfortable gripping this on the middle. It feels okay, even though I'm a front gripper, it feels fine gripping it there. So now I'll go onto that rear section fully now, so I'm gripping it more like a proper rear grip, which is usually quite weird for me, but sometimes on the short barrels it works, sometimes it doesn't, so we'll see how that goes. The only thing I noticed there is it's mainly the level of control. Like I say, it's not my natural grip, so sometimes I tend to flick it up too high, but I'll have a few goes at it to see if I can get any better at it. Now, the way those three darts flew is more like how I like my dart to fly, kind of up a little bit and then down, whereas before they tended to be flying a little bit flatter, but I quite prefer that kind of a flight. It's just probably because that's how my steel tips normally work, but I'll have another couple of goes. So if you're a natural rear gripper, I think these will work perfect, but it just seems to have a better balance as well from there. A bit more bullseye throwing it from the rear than I did with the front or the middle, so obviously it's definitely nicely set up for a rear grip, but I think a middle gripper should be okay with it as well. Probably not as great for front grippers, but it wasn't too bad with my front grip, so I think I'll just carry on throwing it from the rear now. Well, that's the AFC Pilot 17 gram darts. Another very nice dart for rear grippers. I think middle grippers will probably like it as well. Balance on the rear grip I think is probably spot on, especially it felt like it for me, even though I'm not a natural rear gripper. And that grip is really rather nice. It's got a kind of grippy feel, but it releases nice and easy as well. It's hard to explain the grip because it's like kind of like chunky steps, so you've got something to push against, but it doesn't like cling to your grip at all. So there is grip there, but it doesn't like stick to you. Lets you release it nice and easily. So it's a very nice dart. Not probably for front grippers, but then I kind of didn't expect it to be. But I could happily throw it from the middle, but it was flying quite well for me from the rear, even though it's not my natural grip. So should be great for a natural rear gripper and a middle gripper. So there you go, that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.